Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. We're back with another little quickie of Morningtide. Now, the quickies of Morningtide have been a little bit longer than my normal quickies, and that's just because it's a set that I've never opened. And so I'm taking a little bit more time to show off sort of the cards and the art and that kind of stuff, because I think they're super cool, and the cards are super nostalgic at this point. Any new players may not have even seen these cards before. So we're basically just kind of taking a slow roll through the cards here. We're not going to really talk about the commons per se. There are a couple commons of note that do have like a dollar value attached to them. Speaking of which, there's the Stony Brook Banneret. It is one of them. It's like a $2 common. So we'll put that down there. And like the art, look at the art on this. Like that thing, it looks like it's made of like earthworms. Can you see that? Look at that. Isn't that crazy? It's absolutely crazy. And I shouldn't say crazy. I should say it's phenomenal. That sounds like a better word to use. The art is phenomenal. Wandering Greybeard as our first uncommon. Una's Blackguard. Sage's Dousing. Ooh. And like, look at that. It's sweet. It's kind of like this kind of mix between like fire and water, or like maybe like, I don't know, do you think that's water or do you think that's air? I would assume it's water because it's a dousing, right? That's just super cool. And our rare is a Boldweir Heavyweights. There they are. Giant 8/8 for 4. There's got to be a downside, right? Let's read. When Boldweir Heavyweights comes into play, each opponent may search his or her library for a creature card and put it into play. Then each player who searched his or her library this way shovels it. So you get an 8/8 for 4, but they get to go and get like some ridiculous nonsense from their deck, which could be very bad for you. We got a Rules for Clash card. Let's see what else we find in the next pack. Ah, good old Latchkey Fairy. Oh, there's the art from the front of the pack. Look. Look at that guy. The Stony Brook Schoolmaster. Moth Dust Changeling. Nice. Ugh. Sorry, I had to zoom in on that one. I only kind of apologize. So our first uncommon is an Orchard Warden. Diviner's Wand. Walker of the Grove. And our rare is an Earwig Squad. Ah, the good old Earwig Squad. This was a reprint that was done in, I believe, the first Modern Masters or Modern Masters 2015. One of those two. I can't remember which one exactly it was in. It was in one of those two, and it was like one of the bunk rares that like if you just didn't want it. You wanted to make sure that you didn't pull it because it doesn't have much of a value to it. And when you're buying those master sets, you kind of want your rares to be some sort of hitter of any kind. Whether it's heavy or not, you would like it to hit at least a single, right? No, not so much with this one. So there's your Earwig Squad, but look at that sweet fairy token, though. Like, just... even the tokens are just stellar from this set. Alright, let's move on to the last pack here. We haven't opened anything, like, super crazy of interest or value this week. We got the one Stony Brook Banneret, so we got one common of note, which is good. Distant Melody is the other blue card, I believe. That is like over like $1. It's like $1.70 somewhere in there. Game Trail Changeling. Another Stony Brook Schoolmaster. Look at that. Did you see that? Those commons were all the same in a row. Stony Brook Schoolmaster, Moth Dust Changeling into Pulling Teeth. The same common print run there. Into Roar of the Crowd, which was also there. Into the Ember Bark Shaman. So that's interesting. And then our uncommons, Wandering Greybeard. Oh, Spite Bellows. So they're a little bit different here. Veteran Armaments. This is actually a really good card, I think. I don't know if it has a value to it, but it's really cool. So it's like equipped creature has, whenever this creature attacks or blocks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each attacking creature. Whenever a soldier creature comes into play, you may attach Veterans Armaments to it. So it's like, it's a 2-mana equipment that you put into play, and then as soon as you play a soldier, you can just equip it for free, which is pretty nice. Ooh, we got a nice land here, Primal Beyond. I don't know if this is actually worth something, but it's a sweet art. Look at that. Wouldn't you like to kind of like go adventuring in this area? I think I would. It looks pretty cool. Like trees that are floating, water that's kind of like in a weird stream that comes off the ground. There's like a rainbow there that's upside down. There's like a floating mountain too. Like, it looks super cool. Anyway, as Primal Beyond comes into play, you may reveal an elemental card from your hand. If you don't, Primal Beyond comes into play tapped. So tap it, add 1 colorless to your mana pool, or you can tap it and add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, spend this mana only to play elemental spells or activated abilities of elementals. So that's pretty sweet, actually. And then we've got a rules tip for Prowl with no token this week. So there you go. Nothing super crazy or exciting value-wise, I don't think. So let's just see here. We got, what, Morningtide? I don't think this land is worth a whole heck, if anything. Yeah, so it's like a $3 rare, so that's not too bad. But we didn't hit any of like the crazy uncommons like Thornbite Staff or Heritage Druid. We didn't hit the Bramblewood Paragon or the Sage of Fables. Oh, we hit an Una's Blackguard. That's an uncommon worth $2. I didn't pull that out. I should have pulled that out, I guess. Let's go find it. So that was from the first pack. So the first pack had a common and uncommon worth something of note, which is kind of cool. And then, like, those are the only commons and uncommons worth anything from the set value-wise. That being said, the art is still phenomenal, and the cards themselves just have a great value to me as a whole. So, like, this pack, like this stack of cards, I'll be sorting through it and putting it into a binder for my collection, mainly because I didn't have a lot of cards from Morningtide myself. Anything that I have that ends up being in excess of what needs to go into my binder for my personal collection will end up either in my store's inventory or it will end up in, like, the patron bundle box. So, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And speaking of which, I do have a Patreon where you can help support the channel. If you want to, please. I would greatly appreciate it. If you can't support with the monetary value, don't worry about it. Thanks for just watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, may your pulls ever be better.